I was knee deep in making like a completely different video until I heard that LolCow Live was doing an expose on Boogie2988 from their last podcast. If you watched the last video I made, you would know that I covered that controversial live stream from LolCow Live saying Boogie2988 had lied about his cancer diagnosis. Well, within the last hour, he confirmed the truth. Boogie2988 does not have cancer, and honestly, I'm at a loss for words.
So high. We can probably give him the fucking
so
code.
Vera's not on there. Vera's not on the portal.
I don't know, man.
It's not.
I can send you a bunch of stuff.
You said 4 days ago you were looking at it.
Yeah, 4 days ago you said you were looking at it.
Like
So
I told you, I spent the last. Like I told you, I spent the last 2 years getting treated for it. I've been told by my doctor for the last 2 years.
It's fine, Boogie. Just admit it's not on the portal.
It's not on there. I told you this.
Thank you.
I have to do
I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt, especially when it comes to stuff like this. Like, oh no, no one would be this dense and this stupid enough to lie about not only something that kills hundreds of thousands of people every single year, but to lie about it to not only your fans, the same fans you scammed out of money to your shitcoin, but to people who called you friend, like Keemstar and Some Ordinary Gamers and Wings of Redemption and Tommy C, but he's Tommy C. Who in their right fucking mind would die on the hill of, I have cancer, I'm not lying, bro? But you were lying, so like, what the fuck? I honestly didn't think he would fold this hard, as he said that his girlfriend, his brother, and various unnamed friends all saw his medical chart and vetted on him that he had cancer and that he wasn't lying. But clearly, they were all just trying to cover his ass, as this would be the ultimate assassination, no pun intended for recent events, of his career, and it inevitably will be. Boogie2988 is fucking cooked. He lied about having cancer. Who does that shit? And who would defend him on this?
Oh, we were right there, man!
Scamming your fans, that's one thing. Fool me once. These are the people who look up to you. And now lying about a mental ailment that, like I said a million other times, it kills hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people every year. Fucking fool me twice, shame on me for believing you even the first time. I've never been a fan of Boogie, and at this point I never will be. I mean, his content's not good, and I say this as someone who makes not good content. It's honestly quite sad to see Keemstar glazing him and letting him keep a spot on LolCow Live, despite putting up a vote in chat on whether or not they should fire Boogie if he didn't show his medical records. And Keemstar seemed really down about firing him, but inevitably, despite the poll showing in favor of firing him, they're not gonna fire him. He said it himself. Everyone wanted him fired for being a wet piece of fucking dog food. As someone who's lost family members and various loved ones to various forms of cancer, I have zero sympathy for this piece of shit. I don't sympathize for his lies, and much less for the people who help drag out this lie of disease. I think the bigger disease is him himself. You're a scumbag, Boogie. You're a fucking scumbag. He started freaking out and screaming into his mic during the podcast, which I thought was really funny, because like less than 5 minutes later, he came clean about his cancer diagnosis being a hoax. His doctor said that he could very likely develop cancer rather soon, but Boogie, to get some clicks, he ran with that the doctor told him he indeed had cancer, which is not the same thing. This video will most likely wrap up the duology of Boogie2988 unless he develops a story further, and we find out that Boogie's like a Secret Service member or he falls through the floor. SEAL Team 6-piece nugget or some shit, I don't know, fuck this guy. Honestly, I really couldn't think of anything clever there because that was beyond, like, furthest from being clever, as I really don't feel like joking around about what this fat bastard lied to about not only his fans, but the people who gave him support since the initial diagnosis. Fuck you, Boogie2988. I don't wish malice upon you or anything to fall upon you, except for, like, the casual anvil from like a Tom and Jerry cartoon, but I think you're a scum piece of wet dog shit and you need to retire from the LolCow community. You're 50 years old doing this shit, bro.